Welcome back, you horrible lot. Before we get stuck into today's reveal, technically yesterday's reveal, but who's counting the hours, I meant to let you know that I was not going to be around last week, which is why it's been a full week since the last video. I went for a little bit of a break with the family, took the wife and kids, we went away for a little bit, it was really nice, and I got ill on the day we were leaving. So that's been fun to deal with, but we're back, we're all sorted, we've got all sorts of fun stuff coming up, we've got the Jingle Jam stream in December, we've got a Warhammer preview show coming up this Friday, technically Saturday if you are in the UK like me, because it's going to be on at midnight, because of course it is. Hey, it could be worse, it could be 3 AM again, but before we get to any of that, we have a new reveal for Darkwater, which we need to check out. This week it is Inara Scion, the Cleansing Blade. I mean, it's still a solid name. It's a great name. Fantastic fantasy name, love it. Also, shout out to this little pun for those in your gaming group that really want to cause a splash. Lovely. Here's Inara Sion, the Cleansing Blade. The Abbey was a place of peace once. I will see it restored in honour and glory. I believe her. I believe her. She looks like she's got the drive, she's got the commitment, she's got the will to make things happen. I also immediately think to myself, firstly, love the posing on this miniature. That is a great pose, looks fantastic. I just love the design of the dress, the way it's flowing out. Kind of matches the fact that you've got this big long stream of, I'm assuming, extremely sacred holy water coming out of that there flask. That looks so ripe for snappage. I cannot tell you how paranoid I am going to be about that breaking. Now, it's actually done in a really cool way. I love the way they've done the water for this. So it is coming out the top of that flask, but then you've also got a break in the water with the rest of it being attached to the sword. That is a lovely touch. I actually think that works super, super well. It's extremely visually striking. You really get this kind of mid-casting pose. It's great. It also means it looks a lot more like water, having that break and not being a consistent stream. It works super well. I really, really like it. I would be so... The sword feels like prime snappage territory. So does the arm as well. Like, I know plastic's super light, and God knows, I've got plenty of plastic miniatures that you'd think would just be, falling apart at the seams. I mean, the Spirit Hosts, for God's sake. They are thin as hell where they connect to the base, and generally speaking, I've not had a problem with those, but there's just something about when you see stuff employed in this clever way, a little part of me always goes, oh, but it's going to fall apart. Now, of course, that could just be a total cynicism / a glasses half empty approach, but it is a mild concern. I do really like the miniature, though. Like, she looks fantastic. That mass of black hair looks great. I like the circlet being there as that kind of very, defining feature. The limited amount of equipment. I would have thought at first if you said, oh, well, there's just going to be like a belt, like a little satchel, and that's about it. I would think to myself, that's going to look a bit too plain. That's not going to fill the space enough. But with making that dress quite like, what's the word? Voluminous. That's probably the right word, right? Yeah, sure, it's fine. I feel like it works super well. And again, there is a nice contrast there between this and the other miniatures that we've already seen. We've already had, someone in full regalia. We've already had someone who is extremely kind of utilitarian. We've got someone in more ragged armour, carrying relics of the past around. This, again, feels tonally quite different, but the group of them together, all four of them being part of the same, little warband, it's good, it works. It feels like a proper, trope-heavy, if anything, fantasy adventuring party, which I don't think is a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I quite like my trope-heavy fantasy parties. I will say that's a very solid face sculpt as well on this character. Works really nicely. I think they've done a decent job there. I like the fact that the sword is quite plain as well. Overall, there's not a lot of, fancy or kind of decorative stuff going on with Inara, but it just works super well. So, background-wise, rare are those mortals who recall the heyday of the Jade Abbey when the Everspring ran free and pure and the priests of the Jade Circle were famed as warriors and wise souls. Inara Scion is one such being, the last survivor of the Jade Circle, who yearns to wash away the stain of corruption that has pervaded her sacred home. So she is a watercaster beyond compare, an adherent of the Sigmarite faith, really, and follower of Alariel who calls upon both deities in her war against foulness. She carries an amphora, that's the word, that's what I was looking for. Flask, amphora, same difference. They both hold water, what more do you want? And it's got pure liquid taken from the Everspring long ago, of course, which possesses incredible eldritch power. Hell yeah, I love a good mention of eldritch power. Her sword is not forged of metal, rather it is a conjuration of living liquid, able to whip and lash her enemies from afar. That's quality. That rules. I love that. Though calm and measured, Inara Scion carries in her soul an aching need for vengeance. I mean, you've got to have it. You've got to have the aching need for vengeance, or what's the point of even going on an adventure? How many adventurers have you heard of that were worth their salt, who were like, yeah, I've got a great family back home, I just fancied a break from working in the corner shop. It's just not as good as being out to go and, sort someone for ruining your life. It's just not got the same hook, An aching need for vengeance against those responsible for the Jade Abbey's destruction. Lovely stuff. Lovely, generic stuff. Again, not a complaint. And now we have the traditional search to see if we can get something that is not just the front-on view for the model. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, the lighting has taken away a lot of what is good about that paint job. Oh, really? Come on, is that it? Right, I feel robbed. I feel absolutely robbed. We got a nice close-up of the sword with the water, I guess. But everything else, not even a shot from the side. Come on, guys, what are you playing at? Alright, fine. It'll have to do, won't it? It'll have to do. Complete and utter lack of other angles aside, looks great. I'm really liking what they're doing with Darkwater so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it, which we should see from that upcoming preview, which is, again, Friday night / Saturday morning, technically, but really, I guess, more like later Friday night. There'll be a post on the community thing showing the times and stuff. We will obviously be doing that live, because it's going to be a lot of fun. It normally is. And we're going to get more Darkwater stuff, which I'm genuinely excited for now, because these look great. Let me know what you think of Inara Scion in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things. Apologies for the absence over the last week. I did mean to let you know, but as I said, I totally forgot, which is, that's my fault. That's a me problem. There's nothing to do with you. It's all about me. I do apologise. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for the next one.